To start off today's recording, there have been a lot of avatars that I've kind of interacted with that do this thing, which is material swap. And they swap, between multiple different iterations of a thing. Where the more simple version of that is just a hue slider. Well, can't really do it on that one. Let's do it on this one. So the pattern doesn't change, but you can swap out like what colors the patterns take on. Whereas this one has always kind of been the mystery to me. I've never known how creators did this until now. So Feral Facade recently updated their Fox avatar to have this feature, and I was really excited because I was like, wow, okay, how did they do that? So I decided to do some reverse engineering, and it was a lot simpler than I thought it was. Or at least it's a lot easier than I made it out to be. It still required a lot of like digging, but eventually what it came down to was just finding out what actually dictated that this swap happens. And then we find the animator. It was just as easy as going through the same recording processes I did with the doors to the apartment that I did with there was something else that I animated and I forgot what it was. Finding the material that I wanted to apply and going through the recording phase, and then once the recording phase was active, go find the thing, drop it on there on the key, as long as it's on the keyframe that it was at. And then that was it. So now the edited version of the material swap looks something like this. So now we've got the default, or now we've got the provided default phase, phase 2, or version 2, version 3, version 4, version mine. So I've added these two, which this one's just really cool and I wanted it to be included. And this is one that I did. I just took away everything and simplified it. But yeah, and the best thing about this that I've seen, and the reason why I really wanted to kind of reverse engineer how everyone did it to kind of demystify this dark magic of a practice, was because if you go into the uploader, it really saves on material slots, so you don't have to have like this really padded out material slots down here. Like I only have the one material slot. Now, as a disclaimer, the reason why it says 5 here is because I also have a camera animation prefab locked on, and that uses like 4 material slots. So like if I click on this, then it shows that there's one for the body. There's a few here. I think screen space has a few, but yeah. So what that means for the Quest version of things is that despite its current state reading as a medium performance, which is still optimal, it's just not good, the material slot is not a factor to this. The reason why we're in Medium Town is because we have a couple too many triangles, and we have some fizz bones that we could either eliminate entirely or just sort of minimize. This is a process and or a method that I just didn't know how people did it. And so now I'm glad that I finally just sat down, dug through, and know at least one method of doing it. Otherwise, what I wanted to focus on and what I wanted my goal to be for today was to export the weird bed shelf appliance furniture from Blender and import it into its correct space in our apartment in Unity. So I don't know. I think that looks pretty dang good. In fact, I might even just leave that alone for now and move on to the microwave and maybe not these two yet. I might move on to the cooktop. I think that looks pretty good.